Good morning, everybody. 7:55 a.m. Thursday, October 30th, 2025, here in Yorktown, Virginia. Halloween Eve. Happy Halloween Eve. And this always reminds me of, in the Halloween movies, this is the day they always transport Michael Myers. It doesn't really make sense when you think about it. Hey, Charlie, it's Halloween Eve. We got to transport Myers. Get him out there. Yeah, can't we just wait till 9 a.m. on November 1st? No, I don't know. It's the protocol. Let's do it. Okay, well, it doesn't sound like a great idea. So anyway, I've used ghost before, I think, for Halloween, so we'll try ghoul this time. I like to do goblin, but that's 6 letters. In banshee, so those are all good. That's 7 letters. But here we go. Let's get lots of green to start out. No, but we got the H and the L tan, so not in the puzzle, but not in those respective positions. Let's use my ETAOIN SHRDLUC system. ETAOIN SHRDLUC. Okay, so ETAOIN SHRDLUC. ETAOIN. So in other words, the next 5 most common letters in the English alphabet, left, right, ETAIN in that order. So now let's make a word with these 2 letters and 3 of these letters. See what we're doing? We've got a great first word. Now let's use the common letters and reverse engineer, get rid of them. Okay, so let's start with the H, and same thing. Let's start with the L, L-I-G-H-T, light. L-I-G-H-T, that uses 2, and then the G. Hold on to that one if we can't find something better. E, E-L-A-E-H-E-E, now. T, T-L, T-H can't be there. Yeah, there. A-L-T-H-O-U-G-H, although not quite. I-L-H, N-H, N-L-H, anything with N. See, nothing's jumping out at me at all but light. L-I-G-H-T, L-I-G-H-T. That's not bad. The G is not super common, but... Oh, and by the way, someone... enter. Oh, there's the L. There's the L. We got in the right spot. Okay, so not bad. We got a chance to get this in 4, maybe 3. One of my viewers, regular viewers, he mentioned that my ETAOIN SHRDLUC system, C is the 13th most common letter. And he said, boy, it seems like C is more common. I agree with him. And funny he mentioned that because recently I have a keyboard that I attached to my Chromebook. That way I can put the keyboard lower than the Chromebook. My Chromebook more eye level, the keyboard lower at waist level for my hands. And the buttons are big. I got kind of big hands, so the buttons are bigger too. I can't type on that little Chromebook. So, but the E was the first letter to wear, the paint to wear off the E. You know, the E is the most common letter in the ETAOIN SHRDLUC. But the C was second to wear off the paint. And so that makes me think that C should be higher, you know, more common. So anyway, after the second guess, that was a good time to review vowels. No A or E. I and O are both out. I, O, and U all out. That's big. I, O, and U all gone. Sometimes Y. So if there's going to be a vowel, it's going to be A, E, or sometimes Y. One of those 3. So we haven't found it yet. So let's go with our ETAOIN SHRDLUC system again, second time. E, T, A, O, I, N, SHRDLUC, S, H, R. So then ETAOIN SHRDLUC, E, T, A, O, I, N, SHRDLUC, S, H, R. So these are the next 5 most common letters. So now we make a word with these 3 letters and 2 of these letters. So L. So right here, I don't think it's going to be a Y. There's sometimes Y. I don't see anything fitting that bill. So let's, now it could be lathe. L-A-T-H-E, like a lathe. Isn't that a woodworking tool? L-A-T-H-E. That just fits right in. And it's not going to be a consonant here. So I think we're just going to go for it. Instead of going through the whole thing. I probably regret this. But lathe is really jumping out and fits the bill. And there we go. So wow, we got in 3 after several days of doing poorly. Nice to get in 3 again. And that one just worked out like this. And that was just like worked out beautifully for my system. So yesterday's Wordle was, what was it? Okay. Got it in 4. Well, anyway, you can go watch my video. I can't remember. So that's it. We're right at 5 minutes. And see you tomorrow for Halloween. Watch out for Michael Myers. Ooh.